It is 6:40. Welcome back to a great day. And yes, it is a great day around here on Tuesdays because bright and early on Tuesday mornings, look who shows up. Yes,
at least early. I don't know about bright.
It's Ron, the car guy from Westside Auto Pros. And today he's going to tap into something a lot of people looking forward to. How about hitting the road?
Hitting the road with your trailer.
Exactly.
I've noticed that this weekend I traveled to see my family, and there was a lot of trailers out on the road, you know, race cars and boats.
And even people are now dragging trailers around to keep their luggage in to make it more comfortable in the vehicle.
Well, exactly, because the car's full of people.
Right.
Yep, exactly. And so we see this every time of year. People get the trailers out. They forget that there is maintenance and stuff that needs to be done. Mm-hmm. And I actually saw two of them on my way to northeastern Iowa and back. That the wheels had come off of. And if you think about it, I mean, you've seen that before.
Yeah. We've seen that on this program every day. The wheels come off every single day.
Well, yeah, but you know, maybe if we had a better GM for the station or something. But anyway,
take it step at a time.
Okay.
So do you know what causes that?
We do know what causes that. And Lou's holding the culprit right there.
Right there.
That little guy?
There it is.
That's what will cause the wheel. Can we zoom in on that? Maybe not.
Just that little guy right there.
We got HG going on. But
yeah,
that's a heck of a ring.
It is. It is. That's a big rock. But that's actually
it's a spinner ring.
No, it's a bearing.
It's a mood ring. What color is it? Anyway, yeah, that's the bearing, and that's what actually allows the wheel to turn. And there is maintenance required on these. That they need to be cleaned. They need to have good lubricant, good grease put on them.
Do you take them apart to clean up?
You take the wheel off and you take the hub and everything off to get this out. You clean it up in a solvent, and then repack it with new grease that goes in there. And that's something everybody forgets about. I mean, you hook the trailer up, you plug the lights in, do the lights work, and I'm gone. And unfortunately, unlike a car, a trailer doesn't have an odometer, so you can't really measure the miles that it's pulled. So the question becomes, how often should you service these bearings? And the recommendation is once a year. I mean, either do it before you put it away for the winter, or do it when you get it out in the spring. Just as good preventive maintenance to get the dirt and the moisture and stuff out of it, and make sure that you're not going to have a wheel fly off. Because what happens is without proper lubricant, this seizes up so it won't turn. So then the whole thing starts turning on a metal component, and it gets hot, and it either welds itself or it heats the metal up, the metal snaps, and now you've got a bigger problem. When the wheel comes off, it isn't as simple as taking the bearing out, servicing it then, and putting the wheel back on. I mean, you created an issue.
You've destroyed other components around
Absolutely.
it. Yeah,
one of the main components that goes is this item right here. This is actually the hub, and if you look inside, you can see the bearing in there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This comes complete, but there's also a shaft that goes through here. That's part of the axle. Sometimes that'll be ruined, and it's you took a $100 or $150 maintenance item and turned it into something that's going to cost you $1,000 to $2,000 to fix.
Now, in the case of a boat trailer, those bearings are going to be submerged sometimes.
Absolutely, right? Absolutely, and that's a whole different animal, because now this is what the wheel bolts to, and that's going into the water every time you put the boat in or out. So it becomes even more critical on a boat trailer to service the bearings, because you have water that inadvertently, no matter what you do, it's going to get in with the bearing, and it's going to cause issues. So boat trailers require probably more frequent bearing service. The other common mistake that's made when servicing a boat trailer is people will just grab regular wheel bearing grease or chassis grease, and they actually make a marine grade grease for boat trailers, and this is more water soluble than a regular grease. So you want to make sure and use the special or the proper
marine grade.
Yep, the marine grade on something that's going to go into the water, on a boat trailer.
Is this something we can do, or is this something that we need to take in and have that maintenance done
Jackie,
by professionals?
Typically, people that have boats or a trailer, they pull a race car in and stuff like that. Even campers are typically pretty handy people. So it is something that a do-it-yourselfer could probably handle. I mean, if they're comfortable doing it. I mean, really, the only critical part is when you reassemble it to make sure that you get things tightened up properly. You don't want to get it too tight, and you don't want to leave it loose. But I think a lot of people that own trailers service them themselves. We service them, at our facility. Oftentimes it's in addition to bringing it in for a bearing service, there's something else going on. The lights don't work, or there's a problem with the hitch, or something needs welded or repaired on it, and we can certainly handle all that. But the important thing is you need to do it. There's another item out there that's a little controversial. It's called your bearing buddy, and this would be a buddy of your bearing. And what it's designed to do is it actually fits over the end of the hub here, and it's got a grease zerk on it, so you can just put a grease gun on it and inject grease. Exactly. And it's good for preventive maintenance. It doesn't replace the need to actually take the bearings apart, clean them, inspect them, and put it back together.
Right.
And a lot of people think that they put this on and they just inject grease in there and they never have to service their bearings, and that's not what it's designed to do. The other common mistake with this is they start putting grease into it, and ultimately what happens is they get too much grease in there, and on the back of the hub there's a rubber seal, and it pushes the grease out past that seal, so it ruins the seal. So now all of a sudden we took the very item that's designed to keep water and dirt out of the bearing, and we ruined it, and we're allowing it in. So these are a good preventive maintenance item, but you need to use them with caution.
Use them
and then the last thing I've got, these are kind of cool because inadvertently corrosion, trailers sit outside, and you just run into situations where the lights don't work.
A lot of times the lights, they use a ground, the screw that you tap into the side of the trailer itself that goes through the plastic, goes through the metal as well, and that's your ground.
Yep. And then it grounds through the hitch that goes onto the vehicle, but it rusts because it's sitting outside.
Exactly.
And they're dim or they don't work and stuff. These are something that's really cool. It replaces bulbs and all the headaches and stuff where the bulbs went in, they would rust and corrode. These are LED lights.
Oh, nice.
So if you've got a trailer that's having some lighting problems, or the lights on are kind of old, look into maybe picking up a set of LED lights, upgrading to the LEDs. I mean, it just eliminates so many problems. It doesn't take as much electricity. You don't have the ground problems, the wiring problems. And those have been kind of a cool thing lately on trailers.
Now, what about replacing LEDs on your existing trailer that you have, whether it's the backup lights, whether it's the brake lights? Is there a simple way to replace those, or you got to take the entire unit out?
The LEDs, whether it be on a trailer,
those look like external ones.
They are. And they make them for. I know what you're talking about. They're mounted like into the body, like on your race trailer.
Because there's a lot of people that have trailers like that, or even the upgraded trailers they use to pull behind motorhomes now. They're recessed as well, but they might have regular bulbs in them. Can you just replace the bulbs with LEDs? You got to replace the whole component.
You'll get a whole assembly.
Okay.
Yep, and it's all sealed up and stuff because there's no service to this. I mean, if the LED someday does burn out, you're just going to take the whole thing and throw it away and put another one on.
How pricey are those? They're
not bad. I think these. I'll get this wrong, but
just ballpark.
$60 to $80. We'll buy a pair. We upgraded a customer brought a Jeep in yesterday, and we upgraded they made kits. We upgraded all the external taillights and stuff to LED, and they look kind of neat. So, and even when we talk a little bit about LED bulbs, I mean, we did at Mid-America had a rebate. We upgraded the external lighting on my building to all LED lighting last fall. And it came with a 25-year warranty on the light itself. So they're designed to last a long time. I mean, I would say if you put these on a trailer, you'll probably never replace them again. I mean, the trailer will wear out before the lights do.
And the LEDs are kind of expensive, but they pay for themselves over time. They're even more efficient than the compact fluorescents.
Exactly. Especially in a commercial building or a house or something like that. I mean, not to get off track, but we upgraded all the lighting on our building last year, and I can look at the Mid-America bill and see the difference. They show the number of days last year in the billing cycle, and you can see the drop in dollars. You sometimes wonder, because companies that are selling you that, they say, oh, this will drop your electrical bill 30%. Well, 30% on the lighting only, what part of it am I actually going to save? But you can see that on the bill.
Okay. So there you have it, just a couple of tips for people hitting the road.
That's right. Perfect. When you get the trailer out, don't forget it needs a little bit of loving too.
And if you are afraid to dive into doing any of these projects, I I'm guessing you'd be able to tackle them.
We are West Side Trailer Pros. That was hard to say.
West Side Trailer Pros. Where is West Side Trailer Pros located?
It's located in the same building that West Side Auto Pros is. We're in Clive. You can find us westsideautopros.com or just give us a call.
All right, sounds good. Good job again, man.
All right, thank you.
See you, buddy. It's 10 minutes before 7 o'clock. When we come back, Tiger Woods out for a while, but what's it costing